Hey there everybody, Power here, and welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a let's look at Loadout, a free-to-play third-person shooter from a company called Edge of Reality. This came out about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, late January 2014, what that would be, depending on when you watch this video. Yeah, it came out on Steam and has been getting fairly well received, so I decided we're going to take a look at it. So let's go ahead and we're going to get right into it. The big meat of this game is mostly the characters and the personalities of the characters. Now it is entirely free to play, so we're going to go break down a little bit of it. So the personality goes from the characters also into the weapons. What you have here is a weapon crafting system where you choose like a different rifle type or whatever, and you can adjust it as you like. You can see right now I have 3 slots saved out. I already have 2 weapons picked out. Let's go ahead and we'll pick out the tickle bug and go in and customize it a little bit. Actually, let's not do that. Let's make a new gun. Come in here, create new. What do we want to call this one? Call this the boomstick. Whoops. Boomstick. For some reason, that's happened to me a few times when I'm trying to type with shift. I clearly didn't hit tab, but I don't know. It's opening up something. Okay, so here we are in weapon creation and customization. By default, we have this little rifle here. This looks like they carried over my healing gun, from what I can tell here. So, up here in the left hand, we have our different choices. You have basic rifle, which is going to fire bullets. You have the rocket launcher. You have a pulse rifle, and you have a beam rifle. And those would be as you would expect. Let's go ahead and we'll just take the default models here and we'll take these out for a quick test. So there's a real quick loadout that'll load us into this shooting arena where we can test out our weapons. Come on, something spawn. We can shoot guys and practice out with it. Reload. Then we can go ahead and we can try. If we want to change it up, we can hit escape and we're right back into the crafting menu. Or we can try something different. Say we want to try the launcher. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll test that out. Okay, we get a general idea. Heavier damage, very slow. One shot, need to be reloaded after every time. Moderate reload speed. One shot will not kill even if it's a direct hit. It'll take down to about 25% health left, something like that. Let's hit escape, come back in here. Let's go ahead and set up a launcher. Now we'll take a quick look. I'll show you the other two also. So here's the default pulse rifle. So it's a high fire, kind of shooting these weird ball things that are going to go out and stick to people. I don't think it does damage, but it does slow them down a bit when they're all loaded up with it. It may also limit health regeneration. I haven't actually seen that though. And then beam, which as you would guess is a beam rifle. And so forth. Now the beam rifle is a little bit different where it doesn't actually need reload. It charges up and overheats. So you hold down R to let it dissipate. If you shoot too much, eventually it'll overheat like that. And then you gotta let it cool off before you can shoot again. Let's go back, pick up the rocket launcher, and do some stuff with this. I have some points to spend, and I don't have a rocket launcher. Alright, scope. I'm actually going to not go with a scope, and I'll explain why. Maybe laser guided system. 2,400, so I have 10,300 credits right now. Let's start with the stock. Standard aluminum exhaust port. What does this do? Rocket exhaust port. Rocket exhaust that greatly reduce recoil on launcher, but requires greater stability to aim accurately. That's a little weird. Aluminum lightweight stock that improves accuracy while moving but offers poor recoil. Well, if you're only firing one rocket at a time, you don't need to worry about recoil. Dampening the stock improves stability at the cost of stopping power, and standard. Let's take a look at the aluminum. We don't really need to worry about recoil in one round. The cage. We got a tri-barrel and we got a tube. Midweight barrel for launchers that's easier to reload but has a reduced blast radius. Let's try the tri and just give that a quick test real quick. Okay, so that's semi-automatic. I had to click each time, but it does give me enough that I can kill. Boom, boom, and then an extra round. So 2 rounds and then extra. Looks like each one does about half the damage of the last one. Oh, that one took 3. Wonder why that one took more. Oh, I must have got a headshot on that. So general bodies, it's going to take all 3 rockets to kill somebody. So you have to basically have perfect aim in order to pull this off. And that's a grenade. Could also aim it at their feet. You know, do Halo, where you don't actually aim at the person, you aim at the person's feet in order to get them. Go ahead, go back, semi-auto trigger. We can do full auto or 2-round burst. Let's see, down here we got ammo types. We got propulsion. Whole bunch of more options. So, ammo types, slug, Tesla, or health. So health would mean if I shoot anybody, they get healed. And I'll actually show you my healing rifle then in a moment. Tesla adds electric damage, so you can arc over to other friendlies. Considering we're using rockets and it's explosive, we probably don't need that. So rocket, lobbed, agile, slow moving rocket, propulsion, corkscrew. So this would be good mixed with that laser sighter. It moves slower, and then you can track it onto your target. Lobbed, high velocity propulsion. Let's just test it out quick and see what it does. So it more turns it into a grenade launcher, but didn't really change the damage. Okay for targets on the ground, but against targets that jump, not going to be as good. Let's try the corkscrew test. So it gives you a greater chance of hitting, since it's got a larger area it's spinning. That's interesting. And agile with laser sight guidance system test. So let's shoot up there and then we'll guide it down onto that guy. Nope. That's interesting. I'm not sure it would work well in the game. Once we get into the gameplay and you see it a little bit, you'll see why. Alright, so we got that. Let's go back to rocket. Actually, let's go to corkscrew. And then impact. Let's see, we have standard metal shell. We got bouncing rubberized shell that bounces when it hits the surface, and sticky. Well, let's try it. Test. Oh, it's stuck on him for a delayed explosion. That could mean, though, that he has a chance to kill you before he dies. You might end up killing him in the end, but it just delays and puts you at greater risk. I don't like that. Let's go back to impact. Contact, manual, time. So this is the detonator. Manual. How would you manually detonate? Offers manual detonation of projectiles after firing. How would you detonate them? Oh, you shoot again. So fire. I can blow it up beforehand. Prevents rapid fire. This would be much better for the single launcher or the bounce, the lobbed. The lobbed guy plus that could maybe do, because we could like lob it up there and then boom, and then lob it up there and boom. Oh yeah, that could be fun. Oh, I missed. Interesting. Cluster. Now it looks like if it does hit them directly, it does explode. So we're still on the manually detonated. Okay. Anyway, you get the idea. There's a whole bunch of different weapon options. We'll go back real quick. Oh, no. So, this weapon right now would cost us to do this loadout, which I would not do. Would cost us 9,040 credits. Bullets. Blutes, not bullets, blutes. I have 10,352 blutes. This is how many blutes I have after about 8 or so matches. I did spend another 3,000, so I've gained about 14,000 blutes across like I said, about 8 matches, maybe 10 matches max. This is the currency we end up getting from playing the game. I am not going to use this, so I'm going to just go ahead and go back. And are you sure you want to leave? Yes, we're going to leave it out saving. And let's take a quick look at this weapon here, just for a quick test. So this is my healing gun. This thing is a beam laser, and it heals my targets. It also heals me while I'm healing them. So it works pretty well that way. I just wanted to give you that idea. This is a gun that people do not use. You don't see a whole lot of people running healing guns, which is a little odd for a team strategy game. That there is the weapons. That's about half of the personality of the game. The other half of the personality of the game is the characters. So by default, you have these three characters, Axel, T-Bone, and Helga. And these characters then can be customized greatly. Let's go ahead and we'll take Axel, and we're going to customize him. So, inside here we have a bunch of different options between different gear and everything. So we can get him a toothpick for 999 gold, or whatever this is called. We can get him sunglasses. So let's do a few randomizations, and we'll see if we can get a good-looking character. Oh, that's great. There we go. Pimpin'. No. That's kind of funny. Oh, right. There we go. We have our character. He's almost ready. He needs a few more things. He needs some evil goggles. There we go. Let's also... Not the holster. Let's see. I need a belt. Yep. And so forth. So this here... Now, this side of the game, I should have... The weapon crafting is all earned with currency generated from playing the game. Character customization is earned with currency that is purchased. So to create this character right now, it would cost us, let's hit the save button, it'll tell us, 16,292 credits. So let's take a look at how much that would run us. For 16,000, a little over 900, so we would need the $20 one, plus then the $5 one, or two of the $1 ones. So we're looking at about $22 to create this character. This is where the game loses me a little bit. I have no problem with free-to-play games. I love PlanetSide 2. I love their model. I like quite a few other ones, but you have to do the free-to-play right. They were on the correct path by making all of the game-affecting... Yes, toss them. So all the game-affecting items, your weapons, and your loadouts and all that, is done through playing the game. So they avoided pay-to-win for the vast majority of it. And they put everything in cosmetics. I applaud them for that. That was great. That was very smart. However, I think they're overcharging for their cosmetics. I went through and I had Axel here customized all up to a character I would have liked to have played. He looked pretty cool and everything, and he had these taunts. So this is another part of the system. You get different taunts, and the game is designed around taunting people. So let's see, we can give him, what was the golf clap? Golf clap, 4,799 credits. And what did we see? That's 3,200, 700. So that's about $7 just for that emote. Headbanger, there's another $7. The Hick Dance, that's 2,199. So this one's a little bit cheaper. That one would be about $3 and everything. But you can see these things add up pretty darn quick. And if you want to get these, you're talking a whole lot of money. So I'd gone through and I'd customized out a character that I would have liked to have played as. And I'll tell you what, if he'd been $8, $5 to $8 to buy that character, I would have gone ahead and done that, because I'd like to give the game a little bit of money. It was $64 in order to customize the character the way I wanted. And I would say about half of the stuff, well, maybe 2/3 of the options here, I'd actually put some items on. So that meant there was still about, say, one in each row that was still the default items plus the taunts. And it was going to cost me over $60 for that one character. And that would have been it. And that's where they really lose me here. Allow me to get some of these interesting customization things for a reasonable price. If a hairstyle was 60 cents, I would buy some different hairstyles. If a taunt was $1.50, I'd buy a taunt. But I'm not going to pay $7 for a taunt. You know? If this Hawaiian shirt was 75 cents, I would buy it. But I'm not going to pay, what is 42, I keep forgetting our conversion rate. I'm not going to pay basically $6 for a shirt. It's just not there. So they've gone ahead and they've taken me, someone that would like to buy something from their store, but they've overpriced everything decent in the store to the point where now they're not going to get any money from me. And on some level I feel a little guilty about that, because I want to support the game a little bit, but I just can't bring myself to do it because of the cost of things. So I'm going to stick with the basic characters. And it's unfortunate. Yes, Dawson. Let's go back to the outfitter. Now, there are other, if I remember where, nope, cancel. There's a store here where there are even more characters you can get. So you can buy more avatars for the game. And these are all, they range in price. You know, let's see him. We don't want to purchase him. We can't even see him? I wanted to see him before I bought him. Nope, can't see him, can't see him. Let's see, loadouts. You can buy more gun slot loadouts for, let's see, so 1900. I keep going back. That would be, what would that be? About $2 or so for another gun loadout, which isn't bad. Okay, maybe I'll buy a gun loadout or two, although I really don't need any more loadouts. Or I can buy combination sets, which is one loadout, one outfit, and 2 weapons, it looks like. I don't know what this is. It looks like a pair of shoes. So it looks like a one full set of loadout for 6,000 credits, which is going to cost me about $8. Of course, you got to buy the $10 pack, and then you're going to be left over with extra credits and everything. I just think they have their pricing model screwed up. They've gone ahead and they've removed. Okay, you got the people that are going to play free to play, and they were never going to give money anyway. Then you have people like me that would give money in a reasonable manner. You know, if it was for a quality item at a fair price, I would have donated money to this game. And they've priced me right out of the market, where they're only going to have the hardcore people that just blatantly throw cash at this outfitter. Is basically all they have left. And that concerns me. It really does. There's one other place where currency comes into play, and that is this tech tree here. So this tech tree, let's go ahead and collapse some of this stuff down so you can see it, is basically how your weapons, you can actually upgrade your weapons even more than customize them as you go through. So for the rifle here, in time, my slugs are getting stronger, and at the next level up, I'm going to get plus 2.7% strength. That's going to cost me 4,500 blutes. Like I said, I've done about 8 matches. I'm not even a quarter of the way to upgrading this, and this is by far my most commonly used item. I pull out my healing gun on rare occasion when we're running around, but I fire probably 85% of my shots fired have been slugs. And this is all I've done. And if we come back in here to the locker, which is my statistics, I've killed 112 people. I'm running a 2.6 KD, so I'm doing pretty darn well. And 112 kills, which all would have come from bullets, I've only unlocked about a quarter of the first level of slugs. Now, what you can do is if we go to the store, you can buy a boost to increase your... No, I thought there was a boost for increasing your tech speed. This is a level up boost. This is combo boost. I could have sworn there was one for the tech tree. I guess not. But you can buy boosts for your blutes and so forth. I just... When I'm playing the game, I think they've overlooked some key issues inside their payment model, where I think they've outpriced themselves from people that would have been willing to buy it. You got to find that balance of where you're charging enough that you're making a profit, but not charging so much that you drive away people that would have been, if that makes sense. So there's a balance of you keep raising your price until your purchasing population drops off, and there's a balance where your price is at a point where if you raise it anymore, the people that would purchase drop off so much you actually lose money, even though you're charging more for things. Or if you lower the price down, now all of a sudden more people are buying, and although you're making less on each purchase, you're selling more, therefore you're making more profit. I think they've gone too far that one way, and so forth. Alright, enough talking about the model. Let's go ahead and talk about the actual gameplay. So the gameplay itself is a third-person, over-the-shoulder shooter, similar point of view to Gears of War, where it's quite chaotic, quite hectic. So right now there are 2 game modes, at least I think there are. I have not been able to get into competitive for anything. The only thing I've unlocked is casual. If we go back to the locker, we'll see I'm only rank 3, but this is about 3 hours of gameplay. That's not true, unless this might only track in-game time, because I've been messing around in the game for at least 2.5, almost 3 hours. This must be only in match time, and I've not been able to figure out how to get into this competitive mode, and it doesn't tell me anywhere that I can find out. I click around here, and there's no tooltips to tell me where this competitive mode is. Inside the casual mode, we have 2 different options. We have co-op versus the bots, which is okay. The bots are actually surprisingly difficult. They run... Let me turn down my TV a little bit. they run fairly smart bots that can be quite devastating. My very first match, I went in the co-op versus bots, joined up with 3 other people just to get a feel for the controls and everything, and we got stomped. We got absolutely stomped in that match. It was pretty bad. It gives a nice change of pace for those that don't want to be playing humans, and it's okay. Versus humans, that inside here, this is your standard one, and there's going to be, I want to say 4 different game modes. So they have a basically capture the flag. Instead of capture the flag, it's called capture the hammer. The person carrying the hammer can actually use the hammer to fight off enemies, and it's a one-shot kill if it hits them, and that's a pretty big range. Having the hammer is almost overpowered. So you have capture the flag. You have kill confirmed. It's not called kill confirmed, but it's basically kill confirmed from Call of Duty, where after you kill the guy, he drops an item and you got to pick that item up, or somebody on your team does. To confirm that kill, the first team with the most amount of kills wins. You have this one where there's these machines in the middle of the areas, and there's bloots laying on the ground, and somebody has to run around and collect the bloots and throw them in the machine, and the first team with the maximum score wins. But only one person on each team can pick them up at a time. And if that person dies, then it cycles to the next person. So you have to do a combination of, you want to prevent the other team from gathering their bloots by killing off their carrier, while protecting your carrier so he can pick them up and throw them in. And then there is one, it reminds me of, I can't remember the mode from Crysis multiplayer, Crysis 2 multiplayer, where they put down these random beacons, and you want to go, and the longer you're in the area, the influence of it changes, and if you fully influence it to your team, you get a capture point, and then it'll randomly put the beacon somewhere else, and you got to run over there and you fight it. And that repeats over and over and over. So those are the 4 game modes I've played. There may be more under the competitive. I don't know. I cannot figure out how to get into the competitive. Let's go ahead and we're going to find a match. While this is going on, I'll continue to talking. Now, other weird things. There is no dedicated servers. There's nothing like that. There's no way to see games going on. You have to use their matchmaking system, and only their matchmaking system. And let's see. So Extraction, that's the name of the one where the beacons come down. Death Snatch, I'm not sure of this one. We'll just go random. The other thing I've noticed, and kind of a bit of a negative and a positive at the same time, every match I've played is 4v4. I don't know if it goes bigger than that. I don't know if there's any other options. There may be in competitive, but everything I've seen is 4v4. If you've only got 3 players, or maybe 3 friends, or maybe you have 7 friends, you could get a good, nice little 4v4 going on and everything, or you could get your own team going in and take on random pugs and have a ton of fun with this. But 4v4 is really, really small. And I just don't know if there's going to be enough depth there for 4v4. Here we go, we're about to start. We're going to be loading in 2 seconds. Now, the game itself does start off with a pretty interesting start point. Basically, it's going to put everybody in a circle, and it's kind of who's going to survive type thing. Now, my method is I jump back and I throw grenades. And that one guy killed everybody with rocket launchers. Okay, so here we go. We need to steal that point and get it back to ours. Are we defending ours? This is the capture the flag one. Now, I told you guys earlier I don't run a scope, and let me explain why. The reason why is when you aim down the scope, there's an extra delay between bringing your cursor in and aiming. However, when you're running just the stock iron sights, you have a much quicker third-person shooter mode that works better, especially for when enemies like to jump around and everything like I do. So I just owned that guy because he was probably trying to aim down sights. And I start jumping around, and I'm jumping in and out of his scope and everything, and he's never able to target me. Iron sights, though, gives you a much larger point of view than any of the scopes do. So I can keep track of my enemies, I can keep targets on them a lot easier.
Successful hammer kill, your hammer value has increased. The enemy has dropped, though have you dropped, or have you had to...
There we go. So I just recovered our hammer, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to score with it. So I threw their hammer on the ground, picked up our hammer, which returned our hammer. Now I'm running our hammer back, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to score. And you saw right there, I had 2 instant kills with using our hammer to smash them. It's just a one-shot kill if you hit them, and quite a bit. This mode, let's see, we'll see how the other team plays out. I've come across some terrible players, and I've come across some great players. I tend to run fairly well myself, nothing great.
Enemy has stolen the hammer.
Dang, I ran out of ammo and he smashed me. We'll get back in there. So, anyway, that's what I've been finding. Using just the default iron sights is so much better than any of the scopes for any weapon other than the sniper rifle. It's just gonna work so much better because you can see more of the screen while still getting fairly accurate aim and so forth.
Taken the hammer.
Come on, smash him.
Has captured the hammer.
Smash him.
The enemy has stolen the hammer.
Ah! How was that guy not getting hit at all? Did you notice that he had like a shield up? Because I shot him quite a bit. That was a little weird. I've never seen that happen before, where they got that lightning shield going on. They already have our hammers? Dang it, we're getting stomped. Oh my god. Not doing good here. They're coming to wait on the hammer as soon as...
The enemy has captured the hammer.
I'm healing that guy up. And you see it's also healing me. Alright, we're going to try to sneak this way around up. I play the game much more just like a third-person shooter than a first-person shooter. So hip fire accuracy is important, quick scoping is important, not quick scoping as in quick scoping sniper shooting, but quick scoping as in getting your weapon down on your target quick without losing aim at all. There's another thing that worries me about, doesn't worry me, bothers me a little bit with the game. It has a dodge system where you double tap a direction and you instantly dodge that way, and it stops you from shooting. This drives me nuts because I tend to do a lot of tapping as I'm jumping around and everything, and I end up jumping and dodging when I don't need to, and it causes me, I've lost more than a few fights because of it, and it just drives me nuts. Ah, dang. I wish there was some way to turn off the dodge or make it that there's a modifier, like if I hold down the Alt key, then I would dodge, without it always being a dodge. There, now you're dead. That's payback, punk. Our team is not very good. I haven't seen them do anything yet. So here we have it. This is part of the game, I guess. It's not the entire game, but you get a general idea of what we're looking at. And while the gameplay is actually very fun, I forgot the dance system. We got to get the taunt system going. How did I get shot? Where was that guy that shot me? These guys, my teammates are. Let's go get that health pack. Alright, he's picking up the health pack. We'll heal him to heal me, and that'll keep me going. I'm not the best player either, don't get me wrong in that, but I do tend to pull a pretty good stat base and everything, or what am I trying to say here? I do tend to play fairly well, and right now we're just getting hammered by this guys, other than that first round that I captured. Come on, make that. Dang it, I didn't make the jump. And we're about to lose, and this is going to be fun. So, this is Loadout. We do have our dance system, which is great.
The enemy has captured the hammer.
And we have lost. That's the only dance you get by default. Is it not open? Oh, there's one more round.
The enemy has stolen the hammer. Your team has taken the hammer.
There we go.
You have been smashed by the hammer.
There was two of them here. Ah! Let's go, let's go. I know where he's going, but can I catch him in time? Probably not.
The enemy has dropped. Your hammer has been returned.
Go, 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 go. Score, score.
Your team has captured the hammer. The enemy has stolen the hammer. The enemy has dropped the hammer. You have returned the hammer.
Notice how he's just not taking damage?
Stolen the hammer.
What is up with that?
Your team has taken the hammer.
Yeah, we're not doing too well here.
Your team
We'll try to get another match going of something a little bit better, where our team...
The enemy has
Yeah.
captured the hammer.
Oh, we only had 3 players. That didn't help. No, we had 4. So, there we have it. So, as you can see, the gameplay is actually pretty darn fun. It's quite fast, quite chaotic. The maps are... I only can think of 3 maps. There might be a 4th one, but I've only seen 3 or 4 maps. Maybe there's more that unlock in the competitive side. Haven't seen them. I don't know. Maybe there's more later on. Maybe there's more game modes than this. But from what I've seen right now from the game, I've seen 4 game modes, 4 different maps, with 4 players on each team. That's all I've seen. I've seen a free-to-play that did the smart thing of keeping the combat out of the pay-to-play model. They did a great job putting the weapons to the side by themselves, but then turned around and overcharged for the cosmetic stuff to where I don't see a whole lot of people buying a ton of cosmetics. Like, almost everybody is running the absolute default characters. I've seen maybe 5 guys with non-default characters, like massively changed characters. Some of these guys might have a different bandana or something, it's hard to say, but I don't see a whole lot of people buying into it. Perhaps they're in the competitive side. Perhaps maybe I have to buy an item to get in the competitive side. It'd be nice to know. I mean, you know, maybe if I buy coins, that'll unlock the competitive play. We're going to be doing 2v2. That's not cool. Oh, now we're playing 2v2. Let's see what this is. This could be fun.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Whoops, I jumped to my death. I made it. Alright, what are we playing?
New control point activated.
This is the control one. So this is one where we have to go stand on the point. As we control the point, it then becomes more ours. And then we can use that. We'll gain a point if we can completely control it. Oh, we got some allies now. Where's the point at? I'm gonna come around this back way. There we go. Let's heal people. Get our health back.
Control point has been captured. Core posted. You are in the lead.
I really think far too many people buy scopes because like the common thing anymore is with Call of Duty and Battlefield, you get a red dot sight or something, or you get a 2x scope, and I don't think a 2x scope actually works well for this type of game. I think in fact this game you want iron sights. Maybe there are certain weapons, like I said, there's probably a there we go. If I'd been trying to aim a scope at that guy, I never would have shot him. It just wouldn't have worked.
New control point activated.
I gotta say, I do really enjoy this combat, but isn't this the same map we just played the last map on? I believe it is. And that shows part of the problem. I also would like to see some larger maps. I want to see something with more than 4 players. I want to see something with more than, you know, just basic capture the flag and whatever. I want to see something that takes a little more advantage to the strength of this game. And I don't know if it's going to happen. There is the ability to pick up other people's weapons, so if you have a really bad weapon and you're just getting dominated by someone, but if you can kill them or somebody else kills them, you can pick up their weapon. It'll be left on the ground there for about 30 seconds or so.
Control point has been captured. 5 captures remain. New control point activated.
There we go. Stop running so I can heal you, damn it. People are so bad with the heals. They run away from it rather than accepting it. There we go. I knew that was going to happen. I've been low on health for too long. I guess the best strength of this game is it is free to play. So there's no reason not to download it and have a few hours of fun. See the style of the game, see its little personality quirks and all that. And all that is quite good, and it's completely free. So there's no reason not to. Are you going to spend money on it? I don't think a lot of people will. Frankly, I think most people are going to just walk away like I did, willing to pay maybe $10 or whatever for an item. But every item is... most every item, even the little ones like a cigar, is $3 to $6.
Control point activated.
Where's the control point? I lost track of it. It's over here. Oh, I almost missed that. No, don't let him get it. Don't let him get it. There we go. We're on it. Some of the death animations are pretty awesome too. The game does have quite a bit of polish to it. That's one of the real bonuses I'll give it. There's some really funny things like where your head, you can get your entire head blown off, other than your eyes and your mouth, your brain. So you'll just be this brain stem and eyes sitting in the middle, floating above your shoulders, and it's quite hilarious. So there you can see I dodged when I didn't want to dodge, and it meant I missed that healing, and then I didn't have enough health, and then a grenade. This one's proving... whoops. And there I just dodged again when I did not want to dodge. Yeah, I really wish there was some way to modify that dodge to put a modifier key into its move. But I went through the controls, I didn't find any way to do it. It looked like you had to. It was always a double touch. Heal, 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 heal. Keep me alive. Keep you alive. Keeping you alive. Keeping you alive. There we go. Come on. Point. Point. Yay. That one took some work. Ah, I took a grenade then. I saw it too. I'm so torn on this game. Because right now, I am smiling, I'm sitting here, I'm laughing, I'm enjoying it. But... But this is all that there is. There is no more than this. You know, there's 3 other maps where we do similar style game modes on, and that's about it.
New controller point activated.
Come on, I'm healing you, dude. Stop running away like an idiot.
One capture remains.
Dang it.
New controller
The Afro is stomping me. He's running a rocket launcher, I believe. And the launchers... I won't say they're OP, but when you have a team running quite a few of them, where they can all just shell them into the ground, because even if you're at your maximum jump height, the launcher will do enough damage to hurt you at the top of your jump. So a whole team shooting launchers can still kill you off pretty darn quickly. So there's a guy, he bought some stuff. He's bought a jacket and a hat, and so forth. Yeah, so I guess what I'm saying is, go ahead, download the game, take a look at it if you like third person, or if you like shooters in general. You'll probably have a good few hours of fun. The gameplay is balanced. No one's buying to win in this game. It's just not happening. The most they're buying is to increase how quickly they can rank up, but that's it. They're not just all of a sudden going to have magical weapons and everything by buying. Well, yeah, they're just not going to. So it's balanced around that. Let's see how we're doing on our tech tree now. I doubt I can unload more. But I highly doubt you're going to spend more than a few hours with it, and you're probably not going to spend any money on it. Which is a good thing, but it's a bad thing for the developer, and it's a bad thing for the future of the game. The game's going to have a tough time drawing any revenue, I think. And yeah, you can see we went up, well, we were at 6,000, so we went up about 1,000, maybe 1,500. Yeah. Well, that's been a first look at. We'll see. I'm going to play a little more of it later on. I might come back once I've figured out some way to unlock the competitive rank, and then we'll come back and we'll take another look at it then maybe. But for now, that's what we're going to call it. This has been Paler. Thanks for watching.